Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Donjo number RP-13509-2. This is a remodeler plate is what it is. In essence, it's a piece of flat, solid brass that has preparations in it that will accommodate the inclusion of a lever, a grade 1 or grade 2 lever lock over it. And here's what it looks like. That scratched surface you see there is nothing other than the peel away protective film that's going to cover the polished brass face of the item. Peel a little bit of it back there for you. Okay. This is this is what's referred to by some. By some, I mean, you can refer to it that way as well. You'll probably will after you see it. It's called a turtle prep. Turtle. If you use your imagination, you can see why they call it a turtle prep. And what that relates to is the fact that this will accommodate grade 1, grade 2 lever locks from every manufacturer because it's got all the preparations possible to accommodate your Schlags, your Sargents, your Yales, your imports, your Arrows, on and on and on. This will certainly accommodate in terms of a prep. So where would you use this? Well, you're going to use a remodeler's plate where you usually are mitigating damage to the door. You might have some scratching, some fading, some damage, some outright damage as to tampering with the scenario. You might also have painted the door, and the new lock that you've put in no longer covers all of the, or you've removed a lock to discover that the new lock doesn't cover all the holes. Not that it would apply with this sort of plate, but it's either a real physical issue that you're mitigating, a cosmetic issue that you're mitigating, or you just want to look on a door. A look. You want to have your lever lock, but you want a discussion plate. And this could be an inexpensive way to give you a look of a mortise lock or a lock otherwise that would have discussion holes. And also, it's used to just cover holes. You might be removing a lock that took additional holes above and below, and the one you're replacing it with requires these turtle-style preps, which, by the way, are the through bolts for your commercial lock when it bolts together. That's what that's for. Otherwise, if you didn't have a turtle prep, you'd be drilling through the plate and the other side along with the door. And your commercial lock is going to cover all of these holes. If it utilizes any of them, it will cover all of them, is the way that that works. Its dimensional properties. 3.5 by 9. The overall of where the through bolt hole prep is, let's see if we can get the camera to refocus here. That overall height of that prep, it's about 3 inch. So if the outside diameter of your escutcheon plate is 3 inch plus, which it's likely going to be closer to 3.5 inch, you'll be in real good shape. They say that the thickness is .032, and the caliper with the film applied, the protective film, it's .036. So I would imagine that's the difference. This is in solid brass. You can see from the backside where it's not finished. It's just a piece of solid brass with a polished finish with a lacquer applied with radius corners, holes drilled in each corner for the included screws that you'll use to attach. And those screws, they're brass as well, so be mindful. Be mindful of, actually they may be stainless with a brass tone on them, because brass would be absolutely not magnetic. These are, or if it's a plating over a stainless base, that would explain, if it was stainless, stainless would have a marginal magnetism after it's been worked. The point of it is the screw is non-ferrous, so be mindful of that when you're pre-drilling your holes to drill them properly, because you don't want to strip them out. You don't know what they are, proceed with caution. Pre-drill properly the size of the holes necessary to get that material installed, the screw put in, so that you don't strip or rip or tear the screw apart. You know, This is obviously not your standard brass colored screw. It's like a truss head style screw. Obviously, these are generally ordered in pairs, in sets of 2, but they are sold as each, okay? Which, you know, maybe you're just mitigating the problem on the exterior of a door, so you might just order one. This is available in 4 different finishes on 2 different base materials. You can get this in 605, which is the polished brass as seen here. You can get it in 609, which is antique brass. 612 is satin bronze. And then you have a stainless steel base material in a brushed satin finish. Okay. Now there's a link below this video to a document called Product Catalog that will allow you to review this and all of the sister products when it comes to accessory hardware. All the remodelers plates, they're right in the early part of that catalog, and their drawing is a bit incomplete. They didn't draw the turtle prep really well, but this is what you're getting. Not the 6 individual holes, but the slotted holes, which would be normal for such a piece of hardware. Other accessory hardware: door guards, door viewers, elbow catches, handrail brackets, crash chains and edge pulls, and window locks, and cylinder accessories. So the kitchen sink of the line of Danjo products. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Danjo products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog where you can review all of the Danjo products that we sell, a link to their website, and a link to their full line catalog, but also all the subsections of that catalog that will allow you to see the top level categories. And you might, if you know the name Danjo, you probably know them for door reinforcing wraparound plates or latch protectors. But as you can see, they make a comprehensive offering of trim and auxiliary, flat goods like kick plates, push plates, things of that nature. They get into push and pull hardware. They get into hinges. They get into filler plates that you'd use in steel doors and steel frames. They will provide you with nice quality ladder pulls, and they do some pivot work as well. And certainly security hardware. But it's those door reinforcing wraparound plates and latch protectors, which is why you're probably looking at Danjo to begin with. If you have more than an occasional need for such hardware, or if you're doing this once a decade and you just want to make sure you get the right thing, look through the entire section. You might find something more applicable to your situation, and by all means, rely on us for advice to steer you in the right direction with the purchase of what you're looking for. If you have any questions on the Danjo, this is their part number RP-13509-605-2 remodeler's plate, or any other Danjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.